Well, DoorDash is warning customers if you don't tip, prepare to wait out for a longer delivery service. Added a pop-up on their app this week that if you enter a 0 in the tip amount, your order may take longer to get delivered. The drivers will likely prioritize more profitable orders and do those first, and may not even take a job if they don't see a tip.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. If you clicked on today's video, then you already know what we're discussing, so let's get right into it. So y'all, I wanted to cover a topic based on the tipping culture, and I'm going to specifically say DoorDash tipping culture. So I saw a video about 2 weeks ago where a gentleman, a driver returned to a customer's home and he demanded a tip. He literally came to the man's house. He banged on the door as if he was the policeman or the marshal, and he demanded a tip for his services, for him driving, dropping off the food, blah, blah, blah. It did result into like a scuffle because the man did have a weapon, and he ended up being arrested, and he also was deactivated. But I'm really in a place of like, wow, this is where it has come to. Mind you, I get it. We are all kind of in a place of inflation. It's a recession. A lot of people are dealing with, fund shortage. So a lot of people are signing on to these DoorDash companies, to these food delivery, as well as ride sharing companies, where you can use your vehicle at the convenience of your own time. You're contracted out for these companies to basically give a service, and you get paid on the spot. You can cash out that same day. Very convenient. I do it myself. But if it is your full-time employer, I totally get it. You need those funds, and you want the tip to be as big as it can be, so you're not out there all times of night sweating and basically putting mileage on your car and running your car down. I totally get it. But that is not on the customer. It's on the company you're working for. They need to make sure that you're getting paid the right and correct amount of money so that you don't have to deal with those things. I've always learned, excuse me, and let me know if I'm wrong, tipping was subjective. It's something to do. It's the right thing to do. I feel like it's the ethical thing to do, especially when you're being provided a service. But they are now requiring it to be something that we have to do here. Like restaurants are including gratuity by default. Oh, you got 5 people in your party, already get gratuity. And let me tell y'all, in my adult years, if you are requiring gratuity from me and you done already chose what tip I'm leaving, and I haven't even received the service yet, I am not tipping nothing else additionally. Yeah, and I meant that. I don't tip additionally unless you give me like top tip, like shape, service. Now, if you giving me top tier service and you're doing like the extra, not the bare minimum, there's a certain line of thing. There is a job that you have to uphold. You have to serve the drinks. You have to do this. But if you're coming back, you're checking on us. You're making sure my refills are good. I don't have to ask for a refill. Okay, I might slide out an extra 5 on top of that gratuity that's already included. But if you just do what you need to do, and my tea has been low, running on water this entire time because the ice done melted, I'm not giving you extra and a tip. I'm sorry. I'm going off tangent. But yes, so DoorDash, basically food delivery services with service, is very convenient and the fees are affordable. So this is a question that I want to pose for you guys. Do you think DoorDash tipping culture is an overkill? I'm asking this simply because DoorDash, I think this was about a year ago, actually, when I was on my research. DoorDash is now giving a message once you click on the app and you want to basically order food. They're telling you if you do not tip, are you willing to wait longer? Your food could be cold when it arrives because the drivers prioritize tipping rides. And they do. I do it myself. Like I said, I do drive. I don't do DoorDash. I do drive Uber Eats. And I do. Like, if I see something that I'm like, yeah, no. But I don't base it on the tip. I base it on the amount that I know I'm going to get, which the tip usually is involved, or the tip is already included. So if I see the amount and I'm like, $2, and I got to drive 15 minutes down the road, I'm not doing it. I don't hound the customer and be like, oh, why didn't you leave a tip? Because I don't know what people are going through financially. So give people grace. Like, I get it. Everybody is struggling, and some people don't know how to struggle. So when they are struggling and it seems like you're playing with their money, they act off of emotions. And that's what some of these videos in this, that's what some of these videos that I'm going to uncover in this video are going to show. A lot of people just acting out of emotions and taking food back, all of those things. Like, it's just ridiculous. So let's talk about this in the comment section. I'm going to show you guys some videos. I'm going to react to it. We're going to discuss it down below. And I might do a part 2 to this because I think I want to kind of uncover just tipping in general in the restaurant. You know what? Let me ask y'all. Put in the comment section on top of how you feel. We can always discuss. Tell me how you feel about tipping culture in general. That's restaurants, nail salons, wherever, you know, you're providing a tip or a service. How do you guys feel about tipping culture? So we're going to get into that. But let's get into the videos, y'all.
It started as a normal pizza delivery. The delivery guy hands over the pizza, but he's clearly not happy with his tip, and he has some strong words for the homeowner.
I just want to say, it's a nice house for a $5 tip.
You're welcome.
That was rude. The total cost of her order of breadsticks and a medium pizza, $22.78. So the $5 she gave the DoorDash delivery guy comes out to a 22% tip.
The driver who delivers for DoorDash was captured on the homeowner's Ring camera.
I drove 40 minutes and it was extremely far and I got it to you early. So I don't think you realize where you work from.
That's a 15-20 minute drive.
It's not. You need to try to drive it. I just drove it. It's 40 minutes.
Well, we decided to check for ourselves. The restaurant was in Commack, New York. The house was in Smithtown. According to Google Maps, that's a 5.5-mile drive and should take only 12 minutes.
I think you need to adjust your tip to make it right.
So, what was the tip?
You gave an $8 tip.
What the hell are you looking for? I gave an $8.
Okay, I'm going to bring the food back. I'm going to bring the food back. Okay.
That's right, she took the food back. So, who was in the right? We went to etiquette expert Thomas Farley, aka Mr. Manners.
Even if you are unhappy with a tip, you do not ever penalize the customer by removing the service. It would be the equivalent of a taxi driver not being happy with your tip and saying, well, I don't like that tip. I'm taking you back to where we started and dropping you off there. That would not happen.
DoorDash told Inside Edition the actions of the delivery woman were inappropriate and grounds for deactivation.
Started over a DoorDash delivery. 3 News Now reporter Aaron Hagerty spoke with them today.
The residents here near 73rd and Corby Street say it all started when their DoorDash driver pounded on their front door.
It sounded like it was like on the verge of breaking. It was pretty loud.
Danny didn't want to go on camera or share his last name, but says the banging interrupted a movie night with his wife. He says the DoorDash driver yelled about the tip when he came out to get the food. Eventually, Danny says he talked back.
He pulled his gun out of his waist immediately when I started walking out the door. Raised it up at me. I got back inside real quick.
He says that part wasn't captured by the cameras.
Once we saw him walking back to his car, we started letting him know he was a coward for pulling a gun out on me in my yard.
Then he says the delivery guy left, but found more trouble just down the road.
Hearing from that Vancouver man who says he had to fight to protect his family when a now former DoorDash driver brought a gun to his home to confront him, he says, all over a tip. Alma McCarty's here with the details. Alma, sounds like a pretty wild encounter.
Definitely a wild encounter, David. Part of the struggle was actually caught on camera, as you can see here, right outside of the front door. The homeowner tells me it really caught him by surprise how a situation like this over a tip could escalate.
A quiet morning in Vancouver interrupted.
This loud bang on the door, real loud, startled my daughter, and she goes, "Oh my gosh, who the heck's pounding on the door?"
Anthony Volino explains it was the DoorDash delivery driver who'd come by the house the night before when his daughter ordered groceries.
It was a considerable amount. It was about $100 worth of food. The food was delivered to her. Apparently, she had to give a tip through the online system, which was deducted.
But the driver had apparently wanted a cash tip. And for a second, Volino thought about giving him one.
When he again said, "I want my tip," that's when I said, "Whoa, whoa, whoa." He leaned in like I didn't hear him. And that's when I put my hand up like a stop sign and I said, "Hey, hey, hey." And I said, "You need to leave now."
A scuffle ensued. And that's when Volino realized the man at their door had a gun in his waistband.
When I felt the steel, my heart just sank. My heart just sank. I was like, "Oh God, help me now." He tripped right here and he tripped up against my wife's car. And as he was on the ground, I came about right here and I leaned over and I cleared the handgun.
Vancouver police arrived soon after, identifying the suspect as Robert Delahant and arresting him. A spokesperson for DoorDash told KGW that the company has a zero-tolerance policy for harassment of any kind. What happened was unacceptable, and the Dasher involved was immediately deactivated.
And my kids were in there. They were at the my grandkids were at the door. My daughter's outside screaming. If he would have drew that gun and missed me and shot one of my kids, it would have been devastating.
The suspect faces felony harassment, DUI, and assault charges. Neither he nor Volino was injured in this incident. David, back to you.
Yeah, what a story.